God says, don't skip this. Last night your soulmate chose between you and someone else. Don't scroll. Stop right here and listen to this. Because if this message found you at this exact moment, it's not random. This message is for you. And your heart needs this right now more than you realize. Something significant happened last night. Something your soulmate experienced internally that they have not told anyone. Something that involved a decision, a deep emotional moment where they had to face what they truly feel. And that moment involved you. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate reached a point where they could no longer stay in confusion, where they could no longer balance two emotional directions at the same time, where they had to look at their feelings honestly and ask themselves, what is real? What matters? Is what they truly want. And that moment was not easy. It was not simple. It was not something they moved through lightly. Your heart needs this right now, because what you are about to understand will change how you see their actions. This message is for you, because your soulmate has been in an internal conflict for some time. A quiet struggle between what feels familiar and what feels real, between comfort and truth, between staying where things are easy and moving towards something that feels deeper but more uncertain. Listen to this. There has been another energy around them, another person, another option, something that created distraction, something that gave them a sense of stability or simplicity, but did not carry the same emotional depth as what they feel with you. And this is where their conflict began. Your heart needs this right now, because understanding this helps you see the full picture. This message is for you, because your soulmate was not choosing casually. They were struggling to understand what is truly aligned with them. Listen to this carefully. Last night, something shifted. Something became clear in a way it hadn't before. There was a moment where they felt everything at once. The difference between what they feel with you and what they feel with someone else. The depth, the intensity, the connection that cannot be easily explained. And that moment forced them to face a truth they had been avoiding. Your heart needs this right now, because truth cannot be ignored forever. This message is for you, because your soulmate is beginning to see that clearly. Listen to this. There were emotions involved, not just thoughts, not just logic, but real feelings. Feelings that made them pause, reflect, question everything they thought they understood. And those feelings were not equal. They were not balanced. They were not the same on both sides. Your heart needs this right now, because not all connections carry the same energy. This message is for you, because your soulmate felt that difference deeply. Listen to this carefully. There was a moment where they imagined their future, not in detail, not perfectly, but in a way that showed them what feels right and what doesn't. And in that moment, something became clear. Something shifted inside them. Something they could no longer deny. Your heart needs this right now, because clarity often comes in quiet, powerful realizations. This message is for you, because your soulmate experienced that realization. Listen to this, but this does not mean everything is instantly resolved. It does not mean they have acted on it yet. It does not mean they have expressed it yet. What it means is, they now know something they didn't fully accept before. And that knowledge changes everything moving forward. Your heart needs this right now, because awareness is the first step toward action. This message is for you, because your soulmate is now aware. Listen to this carefully. You may have felt something recently, a shift, a sudden thought about them, a feeling that something is happening, a sense that the connection is becoming more intense or more present. And that feeling is not random. It is your intuition picking up on what they experienced. Your heart needs this right now because you are connected to that moment. This message is for you, because even without communication, something is moving between you. Listen to this. Your soulmate is now in a space where they cannot go back to not knowing. They cannot return to confusion the way they were before. They have seen the truth. They have felt the difference. And now, they have to decide what to do with that. Your heart needs this right now because decision leads to action. This message is for you because your soulmate is moving toward that action. Listen to this carefully. What they felt last night was not just about choosing between two people. It was about choosing between two paths, two emotional realities, two different versions of their future. And that is why it felt so intense for them. Your heart needs this right now, because understanding the depth of that moment helps you stay grounded. This message is for you, because your soulmate is not taking this lightly. Listen to this. There may still be hesitation. There may still be moments of uncertainty. But the difference now is they have seen the truth. And once truth is seen, it cannot be unseen. Your heart needs this right now, because that is what changes everything. This message is for you, because your soulmate is no longer in the same place they were before last night. Listen to this carefully. You are not being shown this to create fear. You are being shown this to create understanding, to help you see what is really happening instead of what it looks like on the surface. Your heart needs this right now, because clarity protects you from misunderstanding. This message is for you, because you are being guided to stay aware, to stay grounded, to trust what you feel while also understanding what is happening on their side. Listen to this. Everything that has been building, everything that has been felt but not expressed, is now moving toward a moment where it will need to be faced. And that moment is closer than you think. Your heart needs this right now, because you are being prepared for it. This message is for you, because when that moment arrives, when your soulmate begins to act on what they realized last night, you will understand why you needed to hear this now, because now you are ready to see the truth clearly. Stay with this. Don't scroll away now, because if you're still here, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now in a deeper, more revealing way. And what you're about to understand is what happened inside your soulmate after that moment of choosing. Because that decision last night did not end with a single thought. It created a shift, a chain reaction of emotions, realizations, and internal changes that are still unfolding right now. Listen to this carefully. After they faced that moment of truth, after they felt the difference between what is real and what is not, they didn't just move on like nothing happened. They stayed with it. They sat with it. They allowed themselves to feel what they had been avoiding for so long. And that is what is changing them now. Your heart needs this right now, because real decisions don't happen in isolation. They continue to affect everything that comes after. This message is for you, because your soulmate is still in that process. Listen to this. Now, there was a moment after everything became clear where they felt a mix of emotions all at once. Not just clarity, but also regret. Not overwhelming, but enough to make them think deeply about what they didn't do before, what they didn't say, what they didn't allow themselves to experience fully. And that feeling stayed with them. Your heart needs this right now, because regret often comes with realization. This message is for you, because your soulmate is beginning to understand the weight of what was left incomplete. Listen to this carefully. They are also feeling a sense of emotional pull toward you, stronger than before. Not just as a thought, not just as a memory, but as something real, something present, something that feels like it is still active in their life, even if there has been silence. And that pull is not something they can ignore anymore. Your heart needs this right now, because strong emotional pull leads to action. This message is for you, because your soulmate is moving closer to that action. Listen to this. At the same time, they are also processing what they need to do next, because understanding what they feel is one thing. Acting on it is another. And that is where they are right now, in between realization and action, trying to decide how to move forward, how to express what they feel, how to handle the situation they are in. Your heart needs this right now, because this is the stage where everything begins to take shape. This message is for you because your soulmate is preparing, even if you cannot see it yet. Listen to this carefully. There have been moments where they thought about reaching out, where they imagined what they would say, how they would say it, what it would feel like to finally be honest. And those thoughts are becoming more frequent, more real, more difficult to ignore. Your heart needs this right now because repeated thoughts lead to action. This message is for you because your soulmate is getting closer to that moment. Listen to this. They are also becoming more aware that they cannot stay where they were before. They cannot continue in the same pattern. They cannot pretend that nothing has changed, because something has changed. Something inside them has shifted. And that shift is not going away. Your heart needs this right now, because change creates movement. This message is for you because your soulmate is no longer in the same emotional space. Listen to this carefully. That you may have felt something different recently, a sense of closeness, a sudden thought about them, a feeling that something is happening even without communication. And that feeling is not random. It is your intuition picking up on what they are feeling. Your heart needs this right now because you are connected to this process. This message is for you because what they are experiencing is reaching you in subtle ways. Listen to this. Your soulmate is also dealing with a sense of responsibility now, not just for what they feel, but for what they do about it. Understanding that once you see the truth, you cannot ignore it. Once you feel something clearly, you cannot pretend it doesn't matter. And that responsibility is what is guiding their next steps. Your heart needs this right now because responsibility leads to intentional action. This message is for you because your soulmate is moving toward intentional action. Listen to this carefully. There may still be hesitation, not because they don't want to act, but because they want to do it right. They want to be sure. They want to express themselves in a way that is honest and meaningful. And that takes time. Your heart needs this right now, because careful action is often more real than rushed action. This message is for you, because your soulmate is not acting impulsively. They are preparing thoughtfully. Listen to this. Everything that happened last night was not the end of something. It was the beginning of something. The beginning of clarity. The beginning of emotional honesty. The beginning of a shift that will continue to unfold. And that is why you are being shown this now. Your heart needs this right now. Because you are being prepared for what comes next, this message is for you. Because what comes next will not feel random. It will feel like the result of everything that has been building. Listen to this carefully. You are not being asked to wait blindly. You are not being asked to ignore your own needs. You are being asked to see clearly, to understand what is happening, to stay grounded in your own truth while they move through their process. Your heart needs this right now, because your clarity is just as important as their journey. This message is for you, because you are not powerless in this situation. You are aware, and awareness gives you strength. Listen to this. Everything that has been felt but not expressed is now moving toward a moment where it will need to be faced, and that moment is closer than you think. And your heart needs this right now, because you are being guided to stay ready, to stay aware, to recognize the truth when it appears. This message is for you, because when your soulmate finally acts on what they realized last night, when they bring that truth into your reality, you will not be confused. You will understand, because you were prepared, because you were shown, because you were ready.